One plan, one hope. Once upon a time there lived a king, Cornelia Edgar Obnoxious, to make it short, CEO. His kingdom was located in the northern part of business lands. This area is famous for its wild herbs and other plants which provide different curative and cosmetic effects. The whole kingdom was serving to the purpose of making elixirs, balsams, shampoos, drugs, and other very important stuff for treatment of various disease and beauty care. In effect, there were so many things that they produced, everybody called this kingdom Lotz. CEO of Lotz had one son, Optimistic Prince. Optimistic was the most courageous and curative guy in the whole kingdom. He was always getting in awesome adventures. But the day had come, and Optimistic Prince fell in love with a girl, a commoner. She was so beautiful, kind, and possessed a complete basket of all possible advantages with the addition of blonde. Oh wait, actually it's not important. CEO banned this alliance. But then he got sick, really sick. So sick he could not get up from bed to perform the duties of the king. There was no cure in the whole business land. It had come to pass that none could help him to get healed. No doctor or alchemist could find a formula to defeat this disease. Hope was running out. But then the king's advisor found old recipe. It was a magic healing elixir made of rare curative berries which just happened to be growing in the swamp nearby the kingdom. The recipe claimed these berries to be the most powerful cure in the whole world, and that any disease could be cured with an elixir made of these particular berries. The only problem that on the way to the cure was the swamp monster. It was told that the swamp monster is horrible, terrifying thing. Few could survive a rendezvous with the monster. Those lucky few who did survive would tell a tale not to be forgotten. They told of how the swamp monster used dead body parts to make himself look like a drowning human being in the swamp and mocked a human voice to call for help. But his real body was hidden in dirt and grass. It was chubby gray, resembling a barrel by its form. 12 long trunks attached its body. When a person came upon swamp monster, all 12 trunks raised from the dirt. These trunks caught their victim and tied him up. And then one feeding 13th trunk would rise out of monster's stomach to pierce the throat and eat his guts from the inside. Once the monster had fed on human insides, he threw the dead body away, and a grateful swamp would take the corpse inside to process the flesh, soul, and dreams to grow magic berries that can cure any disease. The king cheered. He immediately sent servants to his son, and the first thing he told him was, "Son, I will give you my blessing to marry the girl you love if I am healthy to dance on your wedding." So the condition was set. The prince took his mighty sword and went on a journey for the magic berries. Because he had royal blood in veins and true love in his heart, he easily and instantly killed this horrible monster. Once the monster was killed, the magic berries were collected, and Happy Prince flew back to the kingdom on the wings of love. But could anyone know that only one thing was protecting this kingdom from elimination? Was this particular monster, which scared the shit out of a little but merciless swamp cannibal tribe. The smell of human flesh reached the cannibals' noses. The prince slept so well the night after he had won his marriage. The next morning he went to meet his beloved and tell her of the coming and never-ending happiness of their future life. But by the time he reached her village, the view that opened to his eyes left him speechless and terrified to the deepest corners of his soul. At the entrance of the village, human head was impaled on a stick. That head, long blonde hair, was waving in the wind that smelled of human blood. It was his lady's head, the one he truly loved. Behind stretched empty village. The ground was covered with blood, guts, skin, and the villagers' heads. The cannibal tribe killed everybody in the village. They skinned them and took only flesh. Apparently, they were preparing meat for cold winter days. From this moment, the prince went insane. He never left his sword and spent rest of his life killing all kind of monsters and other bad creatures that eat people. Those actions affected the world's fauna balance. Humankind then started increasing and breeding livestock to eat. Cows, goats, and others ate all special curative herbs until their very last leaf. That is why in business land the cure for cancer has not yet been found. CEO realized that having only one optimistic prince is too presumptuous. That is why he made not just one, but two extra inputs, realistic and pessimistic. But that's another story.